Hi everyone, it's me, B Asikali Sunflower. So I'm on today to do an unboxing, flip through and first impression of a Kickstarter deck that I received today, and I've been really looking forward to this deck. It's called the Ritual Kitchen Tarot. So I got the tarot deck. It came with a postcard. This must be the Nine of Swords. I got like a little sticker, so I use this as a bookmark. And then it came with two books. So the first one is called Food, Folk and Fortune, and it's by Laura May. And then the second book is called The Ritual Kitchen Tarot Deck, Reverse Recipes. So let's have a look at the books first before I go into the deck. I must say that this book came damaged. Can you see it's a bit damaged there? But I have emailed the curator to see if I can get that changed. Because look, I'm here as well. I think it was probably the packaging. So, at the back of the book, it says, the Ritual Kitchen Tarot Deck pairs the meanings of each card to an ingredient or recipe using folklore, magical properties, historical uses, and the effect on the body. It is a way to bring ritual practice into your kitchen and embody the cards you draw in a practical and delicious way. Recipes, words, illustrations, and photography by Laura May. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. So let's just have a look. So let me just see if the book is numbered. Okay, so the book isn't numbered. So for each archetype, it has like keywords. So for example, it's got the Major Arcana, the Fool. It's got innocence, beginnings, freedom. I love the word freedom for the Fool. And then it's got here plum, one of the earliest flowers to blossom in spring or even winter in some climates. The plum captures the playful naivety of the fall and the sweetness of the bodily stepping into the unknown and creating new beginnings. I mean, it gives you a recipe, plum dripping sauce. So it tells you, what to use and how to cook it. Isn't that fantastic? And then it does that for each of the cards. So you've got the Magician, the High Priestess. I just want to see what it says for the Strength card, because that's what I associate with Leo, and also my card of the year for 2026 is also the Strength card. So it's got here Strength, Courage, Patience, Inner Strength, and it's got Lavender. So Lavender said to protect against cruel treatment from a spouse, promote longevity as well as peace and joy. Lavender has a quiet but powerful strength. I mean, it's also got like a lavender simple cereal ritual. So it says 1 cup of water, 1 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of dried culinary lavender. In a quiet, intentional space, combine water, sugar and lavender into a small pan. Stir slowly while heating, focusing on a calm, clarity or emotional release. Simmer gently for 5 to 10 minutes, then let it cool. Strain into a clean glass jar or a bottle and store in the fridge for up to 2 weeks. Use in teas, cocktails, mocktails or desserts to sweeten moments of reflection, soothe the heart or bring peace and inner stillness. So it does this for each of the archetypes, both major and minor. I think this is flipping fantastic. It really is good. So that's the first book. And then the second book is called Tarot Deck Reverse Recipes. And it's got the same blurb at the back of the second book as it has for the first book. Oh, this is... So for the Fool, it's... Oh, this is the reverse meaning. So it would say recklessness, hesitation, poor judgment. So isn't that good? So one book gives you the upright meanings and the second book gives you the reverse meanings. And then it's got carrot and orange, and it shows you how to cook it. So it gives you recipes again for the reverse meanings. And I'm gonna look at the Strength card, because that's my card for the year, and also the card for Leo, which is my zodiac sign. Strength, so it's got self-doubt, weakness, insecurity, which is the reverse meanings. Sorry about that, somebody called me, so I had to take the call quickly. And then it's got oranges. As well as being linked to luck, prosperity and creativity, oranges are highly connected to confidence. This ritual recipe helps you shed those feelings of doubt, weakness, to find your strength within. Orange simple syrup ritual. 1 cup of water, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of orange. In a quiet, intentional space, first inscribe a sigil or a letter into the outer peel of your whole orange, which represents the source of your feelings of inadequacy. Peel your orange, aiming to create one long peel. Add the peel along with your sugar and water to a pan on a medium heat. Simmer gently for 5 to 10 minutes, focusing on emotional release. You may wish to eat the flesh of your orange as you do. Focus on the uplifting, fresh, zesty flavour. Let your syrup cool and strain into a glass jar or bottle. Store in the fridge for 2 weeks. Use in teas, cocktails, mocktails or desserts to bring confidence, clarity and inner strength. This is a wonderful book. I do like cooking. I love food. I love preparing food and the presentation. And it gives you the recipes for each of the reverse meanings for the suits, as well as the major and the minor arcana. It's just wonderful. I often see like food decks as shadow decks, because I find you know, kitchen decks or food decks really uplifting. I really do. So let's have a look at the deck. So the deck comes in this tack box, just a plain tack box. Let's open it up and have a look. So the cards have got like a beautiful linen feel. Let's compare the cards to a regular RWS card. I usually use my Urbana weight for that. So this is a regular tarot size. Yeah, these are the same size as a regular RWS, and these cards are like linen cardstock. So look at the back of the cards. Oh, isn't that beautiful? You can see like oranges, pomegranates, or is that pomegranates and grapes? And then you've got like wands there. Okay, let's have a look. So the cards aren't numbered, but the archetype is named. Nice big writing, and these look like they're Rider-Waite inspired. So you've got the 4, you know, he's playing his guitar, not paying attention. He's got his rucksack. This kind of reminds me of Jester clothing, if I'm honest. And he's got his foot kind of touching the outskirt of the cliff, and the dog is just watching on. So you've got the Magician, and you've got the Affinity above her head, and you've got all the suits. So you've got the swords, the cups, the pentacles, and the wands. She's got like a crown of thorns. She looks very kind of like Celtic. Oh, I love this High Priestess. Isn't she beautiful? You know, wearing the afro with pride. You know, lovely blue, calming colours. I don't know what these plants are, but I'm sure it's in the book. You've got the half moon. She looks so regal. So you've got the Empress. And again, you've got a moon in the card. And this looks like a garden. Queen of the Garden. The Emperor. It's quite a darker tone there. You've got grapes and stuff. He looks very kind of alpha, doesn't he, male? The Hierophant. You've got the keys there. I'm sure these plants will be probably in the recipe books. The Lovers. Lovely red roses. I think they're apples, red apples. There's a lot of moons in this deck, I've noticed. Or suns. You've got the Chariot. 2 horses. Beautiful strength card, where she's embracing that line. That's a very nice strength card. You've got the Hermit going away in the wilderness to contemplate. It looks kind of cold as well in this picture. It looks like it's like winter, kind of icy. See, this is a very interesting card. Yeah, I like the blindfold. This could be justice for impartiality. This could be the Two of Swords. I'm going to look at the guidebook to see what the author has put for that card. So it's got here change, cycle, destiny, and saffron, traditionally used to raise the wind. Saffron stirs energy and motion, blowing you towards abundance, joy, and fate. Okay. Oh, justice. It's just really beautiful, this deck. You've got the Hangman hanging upside down. And that looks like a tomato tree, actually. They look like tomatoes. You've got Death with the pomegranates. Temperance. She's getting that even mix there. She's in her kitchen concocting some recipe. And this is interesting because this pillow could have been in the High Priestess, but it isn't. The two pillows are in the Temperance card. The Devil. The Tower. It's beautiful. So you've got the Star. The Moon. Oh, isn't that just a gorgeous sun card? All the sunflowers and stuff. Judgment. And the World. So moving on to the Suit of Wands. Oh, look at her nails. It's gorgeous. The Ace of Wands. And that looks like ginger, doesn't it? It looks like a ginger, not a ginger, sorry, cinnamon cane. Do you like the raw cinnamon? Two of Wands. The Three of Wands. Four of Wands. Oh, look at that. Five of Wands. Beautiful nails. And I love how the nails match the sleeves. So the blue sleeve's got the blue nails, the green sleeve's got the green nails, the brown sleeve's got the brown nails, and the red sleeve's got the red nails. Six of Wands. Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands. Nine of Wands. There seems to be a moon, doesn't there, in every card or most of the cards, and the Ten of Wands. So you've got the Page, the Knight, the Queen of... Oh, isn't that a beautiful card? Lovely sunflower, lovely cat, beautiful archetype. Just stunning. And the King of Wands. So moving on to the Suit of Cups, you've got the Ace of Cups. That looks like chocolate. Two of Cups. I love how they're wearing halos around their hair. This also looks kind of very similar to the Lovers card, in my opinion. Three of Cups, dancing under the moon. Four of Cups. Five of Cups. Six of Cups. This is an interesting take on the Seven of Cups. So there's all the choices in the air, but it's a person looking back at her reflection. She's letting her intuition guide her as to what choice she should take, because not all choices are going to be good choices in this card. Eight of Cups. She's walking away from a painful situation. There's onions there. And greens. Interesting. Nine of Cups is just like a pippish. And then the Ten of Cups with a couple. So you've got the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King of Cups with pomegranates. So moving on to the suit of swords, you've got the Ace of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Four of Swords, that's 5. Again, the same sort of nows that have got the same kind of colour scheme as the hand or the sleeve. 6 of Swords, 7, this man looks a bit shifty, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords is the same as the postcard that I've got. Ah, interesting, 10 of Swords. It's an interesting depiction. So you've got the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. Moving on to the final suit, you've got the suit of Pentacles. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Juggler for the Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. These looks like, 3 apprentice witches. 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. He's just sitting down eating a bowl of noodles. Were these noodles given to him to eat? Interesting. 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. It's not a nice piece of art. 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and 10 of Pentacles. So moving on to the court cards, you've got the Page. Some of these pages look quite kind of like in their 30s, don't they? I think, this would have, to me, would have been like a knight. Because I see knights as, people in their 30s to early 40s. The Knight, the Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. Some lovely apples there and some pears. Oh, I love this deck. So I'm not going to shuffle this deck actually, because I normally with linen cardstock, I'm a bit of a butt, I think, because I'm an overhand shuffler, but I can see that it's going to shuffle smooth. And I guess that the riffle shufflers could also shuffle this deck with no challenges. It's beautiful. They're not edged, but they don't need to be. So what are my first impressions? Well, I like anything to do with the kitchen. So this deck is just wonderful. I like the fact that she's giving you 2 books. I am going to email her about this book because it's a bit battered. But I like the fact that you get 2 books with a recipe for each book for both the reverse and upright meaning. Or is this one? Yeah. But I would have liked her to have put in the book maybe why she used certain things in her cards. So yes, she's giving keywords, she's given a recipe, but I would have liked to have known, for example, more about the symbols in the cards. She's no biggie, but it would have been nice to have known that, because I always like to hear things from the creator's perspective. What are these? What are these here? Is it in the book? Let me just see for the High Priestess. Oh yeah, Blue Lotus. So she does explain what the plants are, or the herbs. So I'll take that back. You know, that looks like fine. Is it fine? Let me just have a look. Oh, it's rosemary. So yeah, she does actually explain the food that's in the deck. I'd love to know why there was loads of moons in this deck and loads of suns. I guess maybe because, I don't know, but I'd like to know why there is a lot of moon and a lot of suns. This is a beautiful hermit card. It really depicts like somebody going out at night in the cold. This card feels cold to me. I'm not going to use this deck for now. I'm going to do an interview spread on this deck, but this will probably be a shadow deck for me. I'm assuming most of my food decks are, for some reason, because I get great healing and comfort from recipes and, you know, food. So I might even do a write-up on my interview spread or come back about it. So this is just a unboxing, flip through and first impressions. Obviously, to give a review, I think you have to work with a deck, which I haven't, and worked with this deck. I've just unboxed it, but maybe I'll come back and do a review. But this is an all-rounder for me, and I'm looking forward to working with it. So thank you, Laura May, for creating such a wonderful deck. It is a Kickstarter deck, but if I do see links, I will add it to the description bar. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.